8 students are joining every day. Maximum 10, not more than 10. And I think there are total 19 students are there in maths class. Few of them are there who never join the maths class. I have to report to the class teacher first. Who is your class teacher? Okay. Few see only maximum to maximum 10 are joining every day, not more than that. And those are joining every day, they are joining. Those who are not joining, they never join.
कुछ बच्चे तो सर कोई भी क्लास अटेंड नहीं करते.
Shruti, in a week, she is joining one time. Then initially I found Mustansir भी एक ही. Initially he was joining, but nowadays he's not. हाँ, मुस्तांसिर है. Then मनन भी अभी इरेगुलर हो रहा है. अभी पहले तो मनन इज रेगुलर, बट अभी मनन भी इरेगुलर ही हो रहा है. रिदम भी इरेगुलर है, कभी आती है कभी नहीं आती है. फिर देवांश करके है ना, देवांश बंसल को भी मैंने 2-3 दिन देखा था क्लास में. उसके बाद ही इज नॉट कमिंग. मैथ्स छोड़ दिया या क्या? ओके. बोरिंग तो बेटा देखो मैथ्स में तो क्या है कि मैथ. ओके. तो बाकी सब्जेक्ट में क्या ज्वाइन करते हैं ये लोग?
नहीं सर, नहीं करते.
तो ट्यूशन में तो चलो बेटा, एवरीवन इज डूइंग ट्यूशन, तो ट्यूशन का तो अलग है. लेकिन स्कूल में का अगर स्कूल में हो रहा है कुछ तो ज्वाइन तो करना चाहिए ना. कि अगर ऐसा नहीं कि मैथ्स बोरिंग है, मैं समझ सकता हूँ मैथ. ऑफलाइन में तो बेटा ऑफलाइन में देखो, ऑफलाइन में प्रॉब्लम. हाँ, ऑफलाइन में प्रॉब्लम ये है कि हम लोग ने तो दिया था, उसमें से रेस्पॉन्ड कितने का आया? आउट ऑफ 500 बच्चों में से सिर्फ 50 बच्चों का रेस्पॉन्ड आया कि दे आर कमिंग. तो 50 बच्चों के लिए तो ऑनलाइन और ऑफलाइन दोनों नहीं चल सकता ना एक साथ. अगर ऑनलाइन चलेगा तो ऑफलाइन कैसे चलेगा, और ऑफलाइन चलेगा तो ऑनलाइन कैसे चलेगा? क्योंकि टीचर्स तो वही है, इतनी है. तो एक टीचर तो ऑनलाइन ऑफलाइन दोनों नहीं कर सकता ना एक साथ. तो ठीक है, बोर्डिंग तो है मैथ्स, वो मैं आई अंडरस्टैंड. लेकिन बोर्डिंग तो लिया क्यों था? फिर लेने के टाइम में सोचना चाहिए था ना बोर्डिंग में. हाँ, वो हो सकता है कि मैं पढ़ा रहा हूँ बोर्डिंग हो रहा है, वो हो सकता है. दैट इज मे बी द इशू. लेकिन फिर बाकी सब्जेक्ट में तो ज्वाइन करना चाहिए. अगर मैथ्स बोरिंग है तो बाकी सब्जेक्ट तो इंटरेस्टिंग होगा, तो उसमें ज्वाइन
सर
करना
वो
चाहिए.
ट्यूशन से कर लेते हैं, फिर आते ही नहीं है.
दे विल अंडरस्टैंड बेटा एट द एंड. जमता नहीं है तो बेटा फिर एग्जाम जब होगा, सर जब देखेंगे अटेंडेंस, तब उनको पता चलेगा ना वो चीज. तब जाके उनको प्रॉब्लम. अभी तो बेटा रिलेशन वी हैव स्टार्टेड, तो रिलेशन के बाद
सर प्रॉपर्टीज की थी कल सर, रिलेशन की.
एक मिनट. Okay, so last day we have done with the properties of relation chapter.
हाँ सर 5 प्रॉपर्टी पर है.
Okay, and then comes next topic is after the relation, then we have a domain. Okay, what is the domain of a set? So domain means if R is a relation, R is a relation from set A to set B, then the first component in the order pair, then the set of first component in the order pair is the domain. Is the domain set. Means if R is a relation in an order pair AB such that A is from set A and B is from set B. Okay, then the domain will be containing all the order pairs of set A. The domain is the set which contains all the order pairs, all the first components of the order pairs. Similarly, we have a range. Similarly, the range is also a set, which is the second component from the order pair. Okay, so we have two things. One is domain, one is range. So, for example, if R is having a relation, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, suppose this is A, and the set A is 1, 2, 3. Set B is, or I can say 1, 2, 3, 4. And the set B is say 2, 4, 6. So these are the two sets. A is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and B is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then one of the relation are such that R is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So from that, the domain set will be 1, 3, 5, and the range set will be 2, 4, 6. Okay. Then one more term is there that is codomain. Codomain means the set A itself. Okay. So codomain and domain, there is a slight difference. In codomain and domain, codomain means all the elements from the first set, that is A, and domain means only those elements which are having a relation with the set B. Okay, so domain means only those elements which are in relation with the set B. Okay, so then we have another set codomain. So sometimes domain and the set A is a different thing. Set A means the relation from set A to B, and only those elements which are having relation with the set B, those first components are known as domain, and the second component is known as range. And codomain means the set B itself. Codomain is set B itself. Whatever with the set B, whether it is having a image, means we are saying that an element is having image and element is having pre-image. Okay, image means those, if an element is having image, those are coming under domain, and the elements in the set B is said to be a codomain. Okay, for example, written this one. Shall I read up?
Yes, sir.
Suppose a question is, that is an example actually, let A is having the set 2, 3, 4, 5 and B is a set 1 upon 2, 2 upon 3, 3 upon 4, 4 upon 5. Okay, so these are the set A and B, and there is a relation to be defined. So we write define R order pair XY, which is belongs to A cross B, such that XY is an integer. Okay, suppose the relation is defined such that XY order pair XY and XY is an. So this is a relation. Now based on the relation, let us form the R. So we use some arrow diagram here. See, for this we use the arrow diagram first. This is the set A having the element 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is a set A. That is a set B having the element 1 by 2, 2 by 3, 3 by 4, 4 by 5. Now let us use this definition. Here the definition is xy, and xy is this product of xy, and xy is an integer. So let us see 2 and 1 by 2. So 2 into 1 by 2 is 1, that is an integer. So the image of 2 is 1 by 2. So when we write R, 2 and 1 by 2 is one of the elements in the relationship. Because 2 into 1 by 2 is 1, that is an integer. Then coming to the next part, with 2, if I take 2 by 3, see, it will not be integer. 2 into 2 by 3 is not an integer. 2 into 3 by 4, that is also not an integer. And 2 into 4 by 5, it's not an integer. So only 2 with 1 by 2 is an integer. Then coming to the 3, so again 3 also with 2 by 3 is an integer. So 3, 2 by 3 is an 4, 3 by 4. Similarly 5, 4 by 5. So these are the only possible order pairs in the relation set R. Okay, so in this way, 4 का 1 by 2. Yes, 4 1 by 2 correct. 4 1 by 2 भी होगा क्योंकि 2 to the 4 2 हो जाएगा, तो ये भी होगा. 4 1 by 2 is also as a order. ये होगा 4 1 by 2 is definitely होगा इसमें.
सर ये किस बेसिस पे हो रहा है मेरे को समझ में नहीं है.
ये देखो ये बेसिस में है कि जैसे कि मैंने क्या कहा था कि A and B is the set, and if you take the Cartesian product means all the possible order pairs between the two sets A and B. अभी A में in A there are 8 elements, in B there are in A there are 4 elements, in B also there are 4 elements. So if you multiply A and B, if we multiply NA into NB, number of elements in set A and number of elements in set B. Okay, if we multiply them, so here in A there are 4 elements, in B also there are 4 elements. So total we got 16 elements. And if you take A cross B, so there will be 16 elements. So if you take the Cartesian product of the two sets A and B, there are 16 elements. But one of the relation is defined on these two sets A and B. And the definition is xy is an integer. Means we have to multiply x and y so that the product will be giving us an integer. So out of this all 16 ordered pair, only these 5 ordered pairs is showing this relation. So according to this definition of relation, we have the relation set as this. So if I change it to some other definition, we can get R as some different element. But all those elements are definitely the elements from this set A cross B. If you take the A cross B, all those relation set having the element, definitely all those elements are from the Cartesian product of the set, because Cartesian product is the largest possible order pair. And from those all order pairs, it is just like a universal set. How we are taking the universal set and then there is a subset from the universal set. So here, in the case of a relation, Cartesian product you can consider is the largest. It is a type of largest possible relation. And from the relation, according to the definition, we will get different types of elements. So this is one of the definition. So one of the relation set we get this. Okay, next count the types of relation. So under the types of relation, we have empty relation, universal relation, identity relation, inverse relation, reflexive relation, symmetric relation, and transitive relation. So these are the main 6 types of relation we have. So let us see the types of relation. Okay, types. First, empty relation. Like empty set, so also we have empty relation. So a relation is said to be empty if no element is available, or you can write present in R. Okay, and relation is said to be empty if no element is available in R. For example, if I take example, say A is a set 1, 3, 5, and set B is a set say 7, 9, and if we define the relation R, okay, so if you define the relation R such that order pair xy, which is belongs to A cross B, such that x plus y is odd. Suppose this is the relation. Okay, x plus y is odd. Now here you see all these are odd numbers. In A also all are odd numbers. In B also all are odd numbers. And we know if we add 2 odd numbers, it will give us even number. So according to this definition, in R we don't have any elements. So R is empty. So then we can write then R is empty set 5, because the sum of odd number gives you even number. Since sum of odd number gives you even number, Okay. So sum of odd number will give even number. In both the elements, the sums, both the sets, numbers are odd. If we add odd number, it will give you even number. So we don't have any element in the set R. So R is empty set. Next one, universal relation. Okay, a relation from R A to B is said to be universal if R is equal to A equals. Okay, so a relation from A to B, from set you can write, from sets A to B is said to be universal if A cross B is same as R. Whatever elements in set A cross B, if the same elements are also present in R, we can say the relation is a universal relation. Example, if A is 2, 4, 6 and B is 8, 10, and we define an R, which is order pair of x, y, which is belongs to A cross B, such that x plus y is even number. Okay, so you just write x plus y is. If I take this relation, order pair xy belongs to A cross B and x plus y is even. Now you see in A and B both are even numbers, and if we add even numbers, we'll get an even. So definitely R is equal to A cross B. Okay, since sum of even number is always even. sum of even number is always even. मैंने वही लिखा है कि जो A क्रॉस B है, फिर sum of even number is even. So these are the two basic relation. One is empty, one is universal. Empty में there will be no empty in R, like empty set, and universal sets like the biggest possible set in our discussion. तो यहाँ पे universal relation है. Universal relation का मतलब है in R we have all the elements from the set A cross B. In Cartesian product, whatever elements is there, if we get the same element R, we can say that relation is an universal relation. Then we have an identity relation. Then we have identity relation. So let A be a non-empty set. Okay, A be any non-empty set. Then identity relation on A is defined as. Then identity relation on A is defined as R order pair A such that A is means identity relation means the relation is from set A to A. It is the identity relation means it is the relation from set same set itself A to A, and if all the order pairs A belongs to A. Okay, if take an example, if A is say 1, 2, 3, then identity, so we can mark here one identity relation will be 1, 1, 2, 2, 3. If a relation containing these elements 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, so that is known as identity relation. Then we have inverse relation. If R is a relation from B, then from B to A. Okay. If R is a relation from A to B, then R inverse is an inverse relation from B to A, defined as R inverse. So it is defined as order pair ulta ho jayega order pair YX such that Y belongs to B and X belongs to and yes, one more thing here. You can write XY must be belongs to R. This is the relation. Okay, so any relation, if R is a relation from A to B, set A to B, then R inverse is a relation from set B to A, and it is defined as R inverse order pair ulta ho jayega, that will be YX, and Y is in B, X is in A, and it should be XY belongs to R. Okay, so if example, if R is equal to 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, etc. One of the relation I have taken, so R inverse will be 2, 1, 5, 3, and 7, 6. So these are the example of inverse relation. Can we have reflexive relation? Reflexive relation. So let A be a non-empty set, then reflexive relation on A is defined as R on A is defined as let A be a non-empty set, then reflexive relation on A is then R is said to be reflexive relation on A if for all A belongs to A belongs to R. So now this one and identity relation, there is a slight difference in them. Like if a relation is reflexive, okay, it doesn't mean that it is identity, but if it is a relation is identity, then definitely it's a reflexive. How it will be? See, if I consider three sets, say R1, just wait, let me say, suppose if A is 1, 2, 3, and I am defining three relation on R. Say R1 is 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, then 1, 2, 2, 3. Say R2 is 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and say R3 is 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 1. Suppose these are the relations, three relation I defined here. Now you see, reflexive means all the from the set A, whatever be the element 1, 2, 3, all should be belongs to the set. All should be belongs to the relations. So now here you see 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 is present. So R1 is reflexive here. R1 is reflexive, and R2 also is reflexive. So and R2 are reflexive. But R3, see in R3 1 1 present, 2 2 present, but 3 3 is not present. So we can say, but R3 is not reflexive, as this 3 3 does not belong to R3. Now identity element, in identity relation we have the same type 1 1 2 2 3 3, except that there should not be any other element present in them. So it means that identity means if the relation is identity, then definitely it will be reflexive. But if it is reflexive, it doesn't mean that identity. Like relation R1 you can say. In the relation R1, definitely it is reflexive, but since it is having some extra other element, so this relation is not identity element. So we can write identity relation. If the relation is identity, then definitely it is reflexive. But if the relation is reflexive, it does not mean that it is identity. So please you note down this. Every identity relation is a reflexive relation, but every reflexive relation is not an identity. Yes, some of the reflexive relation may be identity, like here in this case R2. R2 is a reflexive, but it is identity also. But considering R1, R1 is reflexive, but it is not identity because it has some extra element other than AA type present. So that relation R1, it is. Yes, I have written in short. IR means identity relation and RR means reflexive relation. So I have said that IR identity relation implies reflexive relation. Means if the relation is identity, then definitely it will be reflexive. But if the relation is reflexive, it doesn't mean that it is identity. Like example number, you can say example, this R1. So here you can say, if you can see this example, if you example is say R2. So R2 is identity, so definitely it is reflexive. Here you can say example R1. So R1 is reflexive, but it is not identity because it is containing some extra element other than AA type. So as relation is said to be reflexive if it is containing the AA type, and if it contains some other element also, no problem, but at least it should contain AA type in that set. And we have questions on this also. There are three types of relation mainly. One is reflexive. Then we are going to the another type, symmetric, and then we have transitive. So if any relation is having reflexive, symmetric, and transitive, then we can say that relationship is an equivalence relation. So that is a very important topic, equivalence relation. So if a relation is reflexive, symmetric, and transitive, we can say the relation is equivalence relation. So that we'll see next. Then we have a symmetric relation. Written this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we have symmetric relation. Okay, so let me complete at least symmetric, then we'll continue in the next class. Sixth one, so that is symmetric relation. So let A be an non-empty set, then R is said to be symmetric. R is said to be symmetric relation. If for, so that will change. Now, okay, this I have to change. So, relation R on set A is said to be symmetric if for all AB belongs to A. Symmetric if AB belongs to R implies symmetric symmetric SYNNETRIC symmetric. So if AB belongs to R implies BA belongs to R. Okay, so if you get an order pair like 1 2 and 2 1 in R, it is symmetric. So example, if I take R1 as say R2 as suppose these are the two sets I am taking, relation R1 and R2. Now you see R1, 1, 2 present, 1 2 and 2 1 present, but if you consider 4 3 is there but 3 4 is not present. So here we can write R1 is not symmetric. R1 is not symmetric relation as 4 3 is present in R1 but 3 4 is not belongs to R1. Okay, all the type AB type, if AB present then BA must be present. Okay, then only the relation is reflexive. R2 is reflexive. R2 is symmetric. Here you can say in R2 all the type AB type 1 2 there, then 2 1 is also there, 1 3 there, then 3 1 is also there, 4 1 there, then 1 4 is also there. So it is symmetric. So R1 is not symmetric, R2 is symmetric. हाँ 1 4 3 1 then 2 2 3 3 1 1 4 4 ये मैंने मतलब R2 को ऐसा लिखा कि R2 on the set A and suppose A is 1 2 3 4 then ये जो रिलेशन मैंने लिखा है it is रिफ्लेक्सिव भी हो रहा है और साथ ही साथ ये सिमेट्रिक भी हो रहा है और ये डिफाइन कर रहा है सेट 1 2 ये दोनों जो सेट है R1 और R2 दोनों ऑन द सेट A में डिफाइन कर रहा है और A जो सेट है दैट इज 1 2 3 4 बट R1 इसमें इट इज नॉट सिमेट्रिक, इट इज नॉट रिफ्लेक्सिव. R2 जो है वो सिमेट्रिक भी हो रहा है और साथ साथ रिफ्लेक्सिव भी हो रहा है, बट रिफ्लेक्सिव मैं नहीं लिखूंगा यहाँ पे क्योंकि आई एम गिविंग द डेफिनेशन ऑफ सिमेट्रिक. Okay, so I'll stop here today. We'll continue in the next class.